mater cette couleur, donne-nous rendez-vous aujourd'hui à bord d'un voilier qui s'appelle Mhadei. Alors Mhadei, c'est un voilier de la marine indienne qui vient faire une traversée avec 6 officiers féminins qui ont le courage de traverser l'océan Indien et la haute mer pour la première fois. Ils viennent sortir depuis le port de Goa jusqu'à Port-Louis et ils gagnent quelques jours. Et tout de suite, nous donnons rendez-vous dans la zone de lieutenant-commandant Vartika Joshi et son équipage qui pourra raconter vraiment sa grande aventure. Lieutenant Commander Joshi, so it's a pleasure to be having you on our program on NBC television.
Thank you.
So it's a great opportunity for seeing, we don't have the opportunity every day to see a crew consisting of mainly of ladies, girls,
yes,
on the ship. And I think it's been quite daring for you to have a trip from India, from Goa to Mauritius. And so tell us really about the history behind, how do you have the idea for making the trip out of India, and what's behind the history of the ship Mhadei itself?
It's a long history, I would say, because before we as a team of Indian Naval women officers embarked on this boat had already gone around the world twice, and that too with a single person on board. So it has been sailed solo by the first Indian man to have sailed solo around the world. His name is Commander Dilip Donde, who is still serving in the Indian Navy. And secondly, after he finished his voyage, then Navy again felt to increase the barrier, and then afterwards there is another naval officer. His name is Commander Abhilash Tomi. He sailed solo again on this boat without any stopovers. So the boat has got a long history. The name Mhadei, which has been kept for the boat.
Yeah, so that's why I want to know the origin itself.
Yeah. So the name has come from river Mandavi. Okay, it's another name for the river goddess Mandavi, which is based in Goa. So since the boat was built in Goa, so hence the name. We wanted a name, a Goan connection to the. We wanted to give a Goan connection.
A Goan name to the.
A Goan name, yes.
Tell us about the preparation itself, because the first time you will be going outside India. So.
Yes, preparation initially was all individual, because all 6 of us we left on individual voyages. We were not as part of a, we were not together as a team. We had sailed on individual passages with other male counterparts of the Navy, with Commander Dilip Donde, who I mentioned was the first Indian solo circumnavigator. He is our mentor, so he has been training us all the while, and it's because of his guidance, because it is only because of his guidance that we have reached this position, that we are now confident of taking the boat out on our own. We are now, all of us are posted in Goa, Mandavi, in India, and in the same place, so that we can stay together. Even if we are not sailing on the boat together, we are there outside, we are together, and we know each other quite well. So over a period of time, it is now we've been able to have that rapport, and whatever conditions we face, whether even if we are fighting, or we are not in agreement with certain things, it's at the end of the day we have to deal with it on our own, because we know that we cannot do anything about it. We cannot jump into the sea and say that okay, it's no more.
So from which region of India you are?
I am from Himachal Pradesh, Kullu Manali. It's a hill station.
Yeah. So what we have an idea, we have all 6 of you are from mostly different parts and coming together on the boat and living together for, let's say, for the trip was 20 days.
Yes.
So how was that experience of closeness and living together?
Really very tough, and together, and it's now it's been a year together, so we know each other and we know each other's capabilities, so we have that trust and we have built that relationship with each other. So it was quite fun sometime, and there is a closeness in the group, in the team. We know that even if it's not my watch, if something is required, it's some other person's work. It's not like corporate that it's not my work. This is boat, this is our house, so it's like family members helping each other.
Indians have never dreamt about it because we have got large population, and it's quite surprising that this is happening for the first time in India, because nobody has taken this opportunity to do something.
Quite daring,
Indian girls,
of course.
yes, of course, Indian girls have done lot many things in the other fields, but in the marine, I must say, we kickstart the history of India.
You made
We are
history.
going to create. Of course, there's a lady officer called Lieutenant Commander Shweta Kapoor, who sailed for about 70 days at sea. She's also belonged to Navy, and she couldn't continue with this, but otherwise it's really a great experience.
Though it is a small space as you see inside a boat, but like adjustment is very good. We all gel with each other nicely, because whatever we have to do on board, it is a teamwork. Not a single person can do anything. A person can't just stand and say, okay, I'm going to do that. I don't care about others. They can't say, because it's a teamwork. If somebody is on the wheel, then if there is an emergency, suddenly the winds pick up in within 1-2 minutes, then somebody have to go take down the reef. It has to be fast.
Yeah.
So it's a teamwork, and every one of us coordinate each other, and that's how everybody is happy.
So 6 of us are from different part of the country, but now as a Navy and a team we are together. So it is just like any normal family. Like we cook, we talk, we play games, and it's just we got along so well. Now it's like it's difficult to imagine us separately from each other.
The adventure of getting on board with the Mhadei and coming to Mauritius is quite daring, definitely for you as girls. So I would like to know, from the point of view, in terms of Indian traditional culture, you're a girl alone and going out in the sea. What's the opinion of your family and parents and relatives?
Yeah, about my parents, I must say my mother, she's a coach. Of course, she's a inland coach for the kids who learn sailing, like about 10-12 years kids. So she knows what it is, but of course she doesn't have much idea about what it is going to be in the ocean.
Okay.
But apart from other parents, like, she has at least an idea of what it is going to be.
Okay. Your
But
mother, is in the Navy?
yes,
also?
she's my mother and father both are in the Navy.
In the Navy,
Of
yeah.
course, as a supporting staff, not on the front line, in the
So-
civilian organization. But both of them actually know what it is going to be, and they are very much sure about me that I'm going to take this since childhood. I think I'm about 13 years old when I started sailing.
Okay.
But of course, in the small boats. But up to this, I mean, I continued it, and they didn't have any doubt about
Many-
it that I'm not going to break this.
It was not quite difficult because you come from a family background who are in the Navy themselves.
Yes, of course. I belong to a place called Visakhapatnam, that is in the eastern coast, which is the second major operational unit of the Indian Navy. So everywhere it's water. So it's like, I mean, I'm born there.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Yes, I do have a boyfriend.
So what happens? So what is about the relation? What is feelings about you going out to sea?
He's very cooperative. He is my courseman. I mean, he's also in the Navy. He's appointed in different base. So he's very cooperative. He keeps on telling me that if you are really taking, it's not going to be easy. It's very tough. It's a mind game. You have to be very strong. And then if you are in, give your full determination and give your everything to it.
So you're getting full support.
Yes, I get full support from him, even from his family.
That's great.
So,
What is the point of view for you going out and taking such a daring adventure?
like northeast part of India is again a bit different from North India, South India, Central India, West India. Like out there, like as of my experience with my family, I have 4 brothers, and I'm the only daughter.
Really? The only
Yes,
girl in the family?
only girl in my family. So my father and my mom, they have never told me that you are a girl, you just keep quiet, sit. She always told me, from my childhood that if I am interested in cooking or something, she'll say, cooking you can learn it at any time. 1 month is enough. Even a week is enough. Study. Do something. You make something, do something in your life. She is very supportive, and that's how, because of my family only, I'm here today. So it's never like that I have 4 brothers, 3 elder and 1 younger brother. So it's not my parents have never discriminated me along with my brothers. They always encourage me, even my brothers, do something, and they are happy and they are proud what I'm doing today.
So, Lieutenant Swati, you're a married person, so what is your opinion of your husband about the trip?
About the trip, of course, I must introduce him. He is Lieutenant Commander Santosh Jaiswal, who's a Marine Commando in the Navy. Luckily, my in-laws and my husband, everybody knows what I'm going to do. They've been keep following us on Facebook and in the newspapers and the news, and also on YouTube. So they know actually what I'm going to do, and they're very much proud about me. And I'm sure they're going to support me throughout the end of this project gets over.
My family, we belong to the mountains. If you have visited the mountains in India, we hardly have any water bodies there.
Really? Which region you are from?
I am from the north. I belong to a place called Srinagar, Garhwal. My father is serving there, and my mother is teaching in Rishikesh. Yes, they were quite skeptical and they were quite apprehensive. They have their own apprehensions, but at the end of the day, when they are supporting you, so it's a great thing.
No, I am seeing someone. He's also from the Navy. Yeah, so.
So, what is your opinion of you going in this kind of adventure?
For me, going on this adventure on a personal level, it will be an experience of a lifetime. I will remember it and tell stories of it my entire life after I finish this journey.
So, of course, you got prepared and you knew about, of course, you're a marine officer. You should be aware that the Indian Ocean is quite a tropical region, and we face lots of storms and tropical cyclones. Yes. So, you were quite prepared for that?
Yes, of course, because Indian Ocean, of course, it is not the cyclonic season as of now, but it's monsoons. And the monsoons are like, ruthless in the western coast. Like you must have heard about Mumbai, Goa. It rains like cats and dogs for about
you were quite familiar with that.
Continuous 6 to 7 days in a stretch.
7 days?
Yeah, really? in a stretch. Yeah. So I was actually prepared for it, and I knew what it was going to be.
But that situation was inland, but getting onto on board on the complete wide sea. So how did you manage with that?
Yeah, the main thing is like we had a lot of problems on the way back to Mauritius. Back to India when we were sailing back from Cape Town. Like we've lost our engine, we've lost our DG just because of the same weather conditions. Like boat was not responding, the autopilot gone. We were left with only one autopilot. So I have seen the previous skipper. Actually tracing out things one after another to get it back online so that we can head back to the port where we are supposed to be. If we wouldn't have done that particular thing on that particular day, we wouldn't have reached Mauritius by now because there is no steerage way for us.
It's a mixed feeling for me from Goa to Port Louis, because in between we have faced lots of situations. Sometimes you see a very pleasant weather, the starlight, the sea is very calm, it's beautiful, it's sparkling waters, and you see different colors of ocean. Sometimes because of the monsoon it's dark, sometimes because of the sunshine it's blue, turquoise blue, bright blue, and the waves are very high when we have a very good winds around 30, 35, 40 knots of wind speed. You see the waves coming just behind you, just like it will fall on top of you, but it doesn't.
It's quite scary, really.
It's quite scary, yes. That's why I said it's a mixed feeling. Sometimes it's fun, we enjoy the weather. Sometimes it's scary, so we have to be very cautious about the where we are standing. We have to be careful so that we don't fall off from the boat. So altogether, it was a very good experience, which I would have never experienced if I have not taken this voyage.
Although I am the third senior on board, I was the last one to join the crew for the voyage, and this is my maiden voyage. Like, this is my first voyage on the boat. So I'm the newest person on board, so this voyage was more of a learning experience rather than an adventurous trip for me. So when we were at sea for 20 days, I got to see what the weather does to your boat. What are you supposed to do when the climate affects your boat? What is the reaction time? Like, we have to do everything quick.
So this yacht, the Mhadei, has got also engines. But what about the trip? Did you use engine also, or was it with?
No, we did not use engine for the entire trip. We just used engine when we were leaving Goa and entering Mauritius. The last leg, like when we were outside the channel, we switched on our engine to enter. That is because, and we switched on the engines just because when we have, like, the wind is unpredictable. So that's why we had to put down our sail and start the engines. Otherwise, the wind will take us somewhere else.
So at that particular time, when you left during the month of May, how were the winds? Was it a favorable winds for you to come here?
I would say we got favorable winds throughout the trip. That's why we could maintain a very good speed. Like, we had nice speed every day. Like, we did not have a day where there is no wind and we are stalled somewhere waiting for the wind to come and take us. So we had good winds all the day. Yes, the weather got bad en route, but we were ready to face it, and we did have a tough time in while voyaging, but yeah, we could get through it.
So now, were you aware that the Indian Ocean region is quite a tropical region with tropical storms and cyclones?
Yes.
So were you aware about that? And
Yes, we
prepared for
were
that?
aware. We have some software on board that predicts the weather for next coming week.
This was the first trip going out completely in great
this was-
seas
yes.
through the Indian Ocean.
Yes.
And what was how was it your experience really through the sea, rough seas?
As it was for the first time we were moving out to the Indian Ocean regions, and since the weather was also, like, sea was also rough, so experience was a bit difficult, but it was worth facing that since we wanted that experience.
Maybe you're quite aware that in some parts you've got submarine parades. Are
Yeah.
you really aware about that?
Yeah, we were aware about that, and even the Navy were keeping track of us because they knew, like, Somalian pirates. So earlier also, when Commander Mhadei and other people have come to Mauritius, they were escorted with some or the other ship. But with us also, the Barracuda was there, but it was very far from us. Like, it was moving beside, but it was somewhat around, I think 100 nautical miles for us. So they keep some safety guard for you.
So Lieutenant Ash, how do you find the place?
Well, I find it really beautiful. The emerald seas, open sky, a little drizzle once in a while. It's just lovely.
From which part of India you are?
I am from Telangana, Hyderabad.
Do you find a blue sky like that over there?
Oh, no. It's not so clear. I mean, I don't remember last time I looked at the sky so clear.
How do you find Mauritius? Is it your first trip?
It's great, yeah. This is my first trip and it's a great place. Very welcoming people, very welcoming, and you get to interact with people on daily basis, even on Facebook and all. Everybody is appreciating so much, so it's actually very encouraging for us as well.
Grigri is a very good place. I really enjoyed it, and of course the Lapus, the mountain.
Napus, yeah?
Yeah.
You even went there to climb that?
No, we couldn't, but we went there
You went
and
at
yes,
this near.
yeah, and we saw. Of course, it will be a beautiful thing, but time didn't permit us to go
course.
there.
And you
Otherwise,
did some.
Blue Bay is also a very good place. Grand Bay, I mean, Trox. Mauritius is a very, very great place, and I must tell everyone that we enjoyed this place like hell. I mean, we never thought about it, and the kind of reception we got from the support from NCG, everyone for that matter.
And
It's
you're willing to come
tremendous.
back again?
Of course, if time permits and the Navy lets us go. Of course, we can plan for a holiday here. It's
not?
like second home for us.
With the family, yes.
It's very nice and it's like coming to second home.
And हम भी हिंदी बोल सकते हैं.
हाँ, हम भी
course.
हिंदी बोल सकते हैं और हम भी बोल सकते हैं.
Very, very nice too.
Half of it is like India.
Really?
Because you see a lot of Indians, you talk to them, they usually speak in Hindi. So you find you feel like home here.
Everybody who's passing by is curious to know who are these 6 women, what are they doing here, and they're so friendly, very warm and very welcoming. Wherever we go to shop, People have seen us on television, on news, so everybody is giving us a souvenir or an extra discount, and it's just we feel like celebrities.
That's great.
The shopping we had in Chinatown, we even did snorkeling. We had amazing time. We saw the corals and sea,
lagoons, yeah.
the life under sea. Oh, it's beautiful everywhere. You go under the sea, you go on the mountain. It's just beautiful everywhere you go. It looks lovely. The hills, the waters. It's just beautiful. In fact, some hills were looking like, you know, a man lying down with his face and nose. We could just imagine. There were a lot of rainbows we saw. We see rainbows every day.
Really?
It's so beautiful. And the entire bow, we have taken some pictures when we were
seen that
entering.
before? Really?
Not the full
Not the full-
rainbows.
not the
Yeah,
full
just
range.
small ones. And we have this wide and big rainbows. It's just beautiful.
So after having the success of this trip here, and now you need to get back to Goa. So what will be the future plans for the world trip?
World trip is something that I cannot comment upon right now. All that our focus is all about just at the moment is just to get trained on this boat as much as we can, and yes, our endeavor is to be prepared for the world trip, and the rest is all in the hands of Navy. Whenever Navy says, and whenever we are prepared, we will head for it.
After sailing, I'll be going back to regular Navy. I'll be joining back my technical department, where we will continue building and repairing ships. I am looking forward. As being in Navy, I am also eligible for a permanent commission, where we can get to work for more than 20 years. So I am looking forward to a very long and illustrious career with the Navy.
You were talking about the world trip also, what I read in the press. So
Yes, it's there in the pipeline, but we want to make it happen step by step. So, like I told you that we recently finished our trip around the peninsula, and we came back in March this year. And so that was the first thing we did. We were able to take the boat out on our own. When we felt a little more confident, then we felt that okay, let's go out a little bit more and let's take it to Mauritius. So yes, if we get the boat back safely, then we will think about what to do next.
It's a particular event for about 2 years. Maybe if we start in 2017, by 2018 June we should be finished with the circumnavigation. So once we come back, maybe about 1 or 2 months, we'll have some interaction with the people, because it will be a long sailing, and maybe after that we must get back to our cadres and do the justice to the profession. And I've studied a lot about air traffic control services, so I must do the justice to the same profession, otherwise it will be waste. So I must have to give it back, because Navy has given me this huge opportunity to do something, so I must give it back to the Navy, my years of service, whatever is left to my profession. I would like to go back to air traffic controlling. I love my job.
So watching you on TV would lots of teenagers and young girls will be watching you, and what message you would like to give them in terms of this kind of daring adventure?
I must tell them be something special. Don't be into a normal way of doing things, because everybody has a notion that women cannot do something. No, it's not. It's really wrong. This is of course one way of proving it that yes, of course women can do. So step out of it and do whatever you feel like doing it. And of course, I'm sure about Mauritius. They are going to support in any kind of things, because we have met the Commissioner of Police, and he was very happy to see all 6 of us together in his country. And he was also impressed, and he also said that he's going to recruit more people in the upcoming future. So it's going to be an opportunity, and every girl must use it.
One should not hold themselves back specifically with respect to their dreams and what they want to do in life. There will be many people who will say that you do this and it's better if you go for that. There will be people who will try to convince you to get into something which you may not be wanting to do. So I think it's important to realize what you actually want to do.
We just wanted to be on this boat because we all loved sailing. That was the baseline. Wow. And it's actually very heartwarming to know that it is going to set an example for the girls, and for that matter for anyone. I don't want to be gender specific that is going to do something for the girls only, because it is for anyone who can dream about something and who will have the faith to even get that dream, to achieve it.
I think it is a message not only for teenage girls, it's for anybody who loves adventure. It's like you just look for the right opportunity and it's just adventure is there.
If you have something that you want to do in your life, just be firm what you want to do and just try to get on the track. You will definitely get it. It's never like that. Nothing will stop you. That's what. Just the thing is that you need to have the willpower, honest determination, and hardworking nature.
Good. Congratulations and welcome to Mauritius. It has been I know it's been a really long passage, but all of you have handled it really well, and we are all proud of you.
Thank you.
Now that I am on media, I would like to thank the President of Mauritius and the people of Mauritius for giving us such a nice, being such nice hosts and treating us so good. We had a lovely time, and on behalf of Indian Navy, we really thank you and thanks for having us here.